Yeah, good to see you again. We're talking about Ted Greene's Chord Chemistry, and this is section number 4 of the book, part number 5 in the series. Today we're talking about the major scale, the foundation of the music theory. And if you're just joining us, I'm reading through the book with you, and we're going through this whole journey together. So if you wanted to get up to speed, you can either flip ahead once we get all of these videos published, or you can go back and start at the beginning on part 1. Very thankful for all of your input and all of your comments. So I'm going to just continue to ask that you keep sharing your thoughts about the guitar with us in the comments of these videos. So I really appreciate it. Get your book. Here's the book up here. And you can order it right here online, and anytime you use a link on the channel, as you know, you support the channel and we definitely appreciate it. So you can get your book here or your local bookseller if you can find it. Whatever's easiest and makes the most sense for you. We're going to start right in. All talk of scales and tones in this book relates back to the major scale, so that's good to know. Major scale is a great place to start. It is hoped that you already have a knowledge of this scale and its construction, but for those of us who don't, the word scale, another term that is used for the word scale is mode, refers to a group of notes or tones and the intervals or distances between any two adjacent notes. So we're talking about one note. So let's say A is right here as Do in the root note. Re is this much higher than Do. Re, there's a physical distance between note and from note to note. Let's go back to the book. The major scale is constructed in what are known as whole steps and half steps. These steps, again, refer to the intervals between two notes. Any two notes that are 2 frets apart, in other words, separated by 1 fret. Let me clarify this real quick. Separated by 1 fret, so it's not 1 fret difference, but they're actually 2 separate frets. For example, like fret 5 and 7 are separated by the 6th fret, right? So any 2 notes that are 2 frets apart, in other words, separated by 1 fret, are said to be a whole step apart. Examples are E and F sharp, G and A flat and B flat, C and D, and etc. Any 2 notes that are adjacent, right, or right next to each other are 1/2 step apart. So examples of those half steps would be E and F, 1 fret, E and F, G and A flat. I'm just using references from the book, A flat and A, and then C and D flat. The major scale has, starting from any note, which will coincide with the name of the scale, a series of 2 whole steps, a half step, 3 whole steps, and another half step. For example, the A scale. But before we do that, I just want to go over this with you, so it's a really quick and easy thing to remember. 2 wholes and a half, 3 wholes and a half. 2 and then a half, 3 and then a half, and then you've got the whole octave accounted for, okay? So we're going to start with the A major scale, starting with the A or root note. So the root note is the beginning and the end, the alpha and the omega of the scale. So open A, up 2 frets is B, whole step. We're looking for 2 whole steps. So we've got to go up another whole step to C sharp. Then half step to D, all right, 2 wholes and then a half, and then we need to go 3 wholes and then a half. That makes sense to me, right? So we have a whole, half, and then from D to E is a whole, E to F sharp is a whole, F sharp to G sharp is a whole, and then G sharp to A is a half. The first and 8th tone of the scale is called the root or tonic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Root note or tonic is A in the A major scale. The interval between the first and 8th tones is called an octave or octave. Here's one way to play the A major scale, but you should practice finding the notes of this scale in many places on the neck, because without a firm foundation in the major scale, you will have trouble understanding later concepts in this book. And these aren't my words, they're Mr. Ted Greene's words. So this will probably be boring, but there's no way around it. But we should just practice playing these scales everywhere and memorize that template. 2 wholes and a half, 3 wholes and a half. step. After learning the A major scale, practice playing the major scales in all other keys, which is something that I do in my daily routine. And I would encourage you to also find time to do that. So let's take a look at position number 4. We're playing this note as the root note, the A note as the root note on fret number 5. And we're, instead of using one string to span the entire scale, we're going to use that, instead of that horizontal approach to life, we're going to use this vertical approach to life. Starting with A on fret number 5 on the low E string, fret 7, whole step above. Fret 7 to fret 4 on the A string is a whole step. So we have whole step moving from A to B, whole step moving from A to C sharp, and then D sharp to C is a half step. So that's the bottom tetrachord. Why is it called a tetrachord? 1, 2, 3, 4 notes. Tetra, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we have 3 holes into half. We need to go up a whole step from 4 to 5, or D to E. E to F sharp is another whole step. F sharp to G sharp is another whole step. And then finally, the last half step, which is G sharp to A, or the other tonic. So we're using 2, 4, 1, 2, 4. I'm talking about fingers now. So we have 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4. And then we'll start and stop on the octaves. So we have 4, 1, 3, 4, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 2. Okay, and then descend is as important as ascending, because we need to hear that and feel that descending pattern underneath our fingertips so that we get as good as at descending as we become at ascending. So balance being the name of the game, folks. The term tone refers to the number of a note. If you were to number the notes of a major scale from 1 to 8, for instance, D is the 4th tone of A major scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, which is interesting enough and true. For instance, D is the 4th tone of the A major scale. When talking about these tones, it is customary just to say D is the 4th of A. As we start going off into the deep end of this book in the next 2 pages, I think, just wanted to give you some warning because there's some really heavy material coming up, but we're going to master it together. E is the 5th of A, F sharp is the 6th of A, and so on. Also, the term a third higher refers to counting 3 tones higher in the scale. For example, a third higher refers to counting 3 tones higher in the scale, including the tone you start from as the first tone. Example, C sharp is a third higher than A in the A major scale. 1, 2, 3. G sharp is a 5th higher than C sharp in the A major scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When referring to the chords whose roots are based on a major scale, Roman numerals are commonly used. Example, D is the Roman numeral 4 of A. C sharp minor is the Roman numeral 3 minor, often indicated in lowercase i's, Roman numerals minor to indicate minor of A. E7 is the 5/7 of A, etc. Also, any one type chord may be referred to as the tonic chord. For example, A6 in this case is the root note, built on the root note. It's a major chord, and therefore it's the tonic chord of the major key. These statements will become clear as we move through the book. The major scale can be used to understand the construction of chords, as we will be shown in section 5, which is the very next video. So I hope to see you there. If you haven't gotten the book, if you want to grab the book, it's a great opportunity. If you like what's been going on this channel, go ahead and give us a like, a share, a subscribe, and ding the bell so you're notified of upcoming series or upcoming lessons. We're going to start live streaming again, which is going to be fun, so we get to interact. And some of our members, our channel members, are going to enjoy member-only, live streams where we can just sort of get together and chew the fat and really stretch out a little bit. Seriously, if you have any comments at all, don't hesitate to leave those below, and we're definitely paying attention, and we enjoy interacting with you, and we're thankful that you're here with us to do this. So we'll see you again next time. And until then, happy picking.